first time.
Alright, so bear with me. I'm going to make a prediction here. You've loaded up Black Ops 6, or you've loaded up Warzone, and you've joined your first match. It's took about 5 minutes to find a match. It's kind of took longer than expected, longer than normal, but you thought nothing of it. You joined the match, and there's a hacker in it. Oh well, we all know hackers exist. So you leave that match, you join another one, there's another hacker. Okay, 2 in a row. That's odd, but you give it another chance. You leave that match, you join another one, and there's another hacker. Okay, so now you're getting a little bit suspicious. And you've noticed the people in your lobby were asking if this is a Shadowban lobby. And you Google Shadowban, and you find out that you can check if your account's been Shadowbanned on the Activision website. So you log into the Activision website, you check if there's any bans in your account, and you're greeted with this message. Right, okay, hold on. No panic. I've been Shadowbanned twice, and here I am playing pubs like normal. Yes, it sucks. You generally can't play the game for about a week. But in this video, I'm going to tell you what you can do to help you out with your Shadowban, how to avoid that dreaded Shadowban loop, as well as dispelling some Shadowban myths that seem to be floating about the internet right now. So, just as most things in life, the first stage is acceptance and understanding. So firstly, what is a Shadowban? Well, pretty much, you've been taken out of the main matchmaking pool and put into a special pool where the only people that you'll ever play against or play with are also people that have been Shadowbanned. Pretty much this was a lazy system invented by Activision that means that if you've been reported by like too many other players, you're put into special matchmaking until AI systems determine if you're actually cheating or not. Yeah, it's a crap system because there's so many hackers still running about in normal matches that never get Shadowbanned. But we're not here to complain about the Shadowban system, we all know it's crap. And complaining isn't really going to get us anywhere in this scenario. So many people have complained to Activision, but they haven't changed anything about it. Maybe they'll change something about it in the future, but that's not going to help us now. So let's just accept the fact that we've been Shadowbanned by this crap system, and let's work out how to get out of it. So pretty much there's 3 different outcomes when you're put in a Shadowban, and I've broken these down into 3 separate sections. The first being the permaban, the second being the Shadowban loop, and the third being freedom. The first one being that you're completely banned, and that's if the system determines you to be an actual cheater and your account gets permabanned. But to be honest, I don't really hear this happening too much. Even in the Shadowban lobbies, there's usually only like 1 hacker, so that's like 1 in 12 people. But I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you're not cheating, because if you are cheating and you got banned, you're not really going to be wondering why you got Shadowbanned. And if you are cheating, wise the fuck up. Now the second outcome isn't much better than being permabanned, and that is if you get stuck in a Shadowban loop. And as the name suggests, this pretty much means that you're stuck in Shadowban lobbies for the rest of your Call of Duty career. And this is definitely not a scenario you want, because I can guarantee in 95% of those lobbies there's going to be a hacker, so you pretty much can't play the game. And you'd be surprised this happens more often than not, with numerous reports of people staying in Shadowban lobbies. And that's why I made this video, to try and help you out and avoid this scenario, so you can actually get playing the game that we all love, which is Call of Duty. Even with its flaws, it is very frustrating. Sometimes you just want to hop on and have a game. In this video, hopefully, I'm going to help you try and achieve the third scenario, which is escaping the Shadowban. So I'm going to start this part off by saying, if you're looking for a quick fix to this and you want out of the Shadowban today and you've just been Shadowbanned, I'm sorry to say, but it's just not going to happen. There's so many fake people promising you these secret steps and secret websites or downloads that you do, or some people that know how to un-Shadowban accounts. It's just not going to happen. And because of how prevalent Shadowban is, it's not just a Call of Duty thing, it's a thing used on other platforms such as Twitter. It's just such a highly hackable subject. And just a fun experiment to do right now is go into Twitter and make a tweet with the word Shadowban in it, and I guarantee you're going to get like 2 or 3 at least bot accounts reply to you being like, message such and such, they'll get you on Shadowbanned. And the scenario is exactly the same for COD. There's so many people looking to exploit you, and don't let this be another way they do it. So now that you know you're not getting out of fake jail fast, the only thing we can really think about is what can we do when we're in jail. Well, I believe the Shadowban system works on like an invisible rating that your account has, so it's like a trust factor. Whenever you receive too many player reports, your trust factor drops below like a certain parameter that automatically triggers a Shadowban. So by this logic, the only thing you can do while you're Shadowbanned is try and increase this trust factor so much, you've got such a high buffer that you don't immediately get thrown back into the Shadowban loop. And a common mistake I see a lot of people make when they're Shadowbanned is that they don't play that for the whole week entirely. That means that their trust factor stays exactly the same, and they're more likely to get thrown back in the Shadowban loop. Now, to be honest, I don't blame them at all. Playing in a Shadowban is probably one of the worst experiences in gaming. You're going into every lobby where everyone is pretty much a cheater, and it takes even longer to find these lobbies, so you're queuing for like 5 or 10 minutes of your life, thrown into a lobby where you don't have a chance. What I did to make this a little more bearable was use like some guns that I don't normally like to use in pubs, or like roundabout with a knife on that 10v10 mode and that like map stakeout I think it's called. and it was kind of the most fun I could possibly have in that scenario, and it's something that I'd recommend. You don't have to play too much, just jump on for a few games a night, sit back, pour a cup of tea and just relax, and just don't take it too seriously, because every game that you play where you don't get reported by somebody is a higher trust factor on your account. Now there's one other thing you can do to boost the trust factor, and you'll know if you played in Shadowban lobbies, there's usually 1 or 2 hackers in the entire lobby every single time. And it seems like a simple thing to do, but report the obvious hacker every time. When I was Shadowbanned, I did this, and for like the next week, 2 weeks, I got a notification every single day that someone I reported had been banned, and it was a message saying thanks from Activision. Now, it's not confirmed, and there's no one that says this, but I believe this has to boost your trust factor even more. So in summary, there's not really much you can do when you're Shadowbanned. This video is going to kind of cut the bullshit, just call out all the fake things you can do. These are the only 2 things that I did, and I was Shadowbanned twice, and both times it lasted exactly a week, which I believe is a minimum time frame, and it's the best possible case scenario you can hope for when you're Shadowbanned. It sucks, it really sucks, it even prevents you playing for your mates. If you want to play for your mates in private matches, make sure you join them in the multiplayer lobby. You won't be able to join their private match lobbies, but if you join them through their party and then tell them to set up a private match that way, you'll be able to play. It's just really about making it bearable. There's no fixing it, there's no escaping it. Don't believe those hackers or scammers telling you that they can get you out of it. Don't follow YouTube videos telling you that putting on secure boot in your PC is just going to magically mean you never get Shadowbanned ever again. That's just not how it works. The system's crap. We have to get on with it, unfortunately. Hopefully, someday, they fix this. They make an anti-cheat where they don't have to rely on stupid player reports or AI systems putting in Shadowban lobbies. But for now, we kind of just have to deal with it. And as for avoiding getting the Shadowban entirely, there's one main tip I can give you, and that's if you get an insane fail kill cam, or if you did really well in the match, and I'm talking really well, I'm talking 90 plus eliminations, 20 less deaths, just leave before the fail kill cam shows. You'd be surprised how effective this tactic actually is. So many dodgy parts in this game, just like the recon speciality, the Blackbird, which just makes it seem that you know where everyone is, and if someone's watching a fail kill cam with no context, it just looks like a massive cheater. And usually, people don't usually tend to report you throughout the game unless you're really badly smoking them, and that's just a different issue entirely. But the end of the game is probably the most likely part, and if someone sees a dodgy kill cam and the game brings up the scoreboard, you can bet your ass they're probably going to report you. So honestly, it's something I've been doing myself, and it's helped avoid it. As soon as you get a final kill cam that's going to be really good, just leave and don't let the game show it. It's not worth the risk. But for now, that's it. I don't want to make this video too long because, if someone's Shadowbanned, they tend to be frustrated. They're not going to watch a 12-minute long video. So that's all the tips I've got for now. If I find any more videos on Shadowbans will be made. Stay strong out there. I know it's rough, but it's Call of Duty. We got to live with it for now. Let's hope they improve it.